before I introduce myself. Something in the posture, something in the way I feel the door frame. Something in the quiet that arrived ahead of me like weather that told the room to recalibrate. Before I even said my name, I was never the cautious kind, never built for the conventional, never fit the architecture of what they were constructing. Too much current in the wire for the voltage they were running. Too much history in the jar for the conversation they were hoping to be having. Teachers wrote me off in language I preserve like scripture. Every won't amount to lodge somewhere beneath the sternum. Not his wounds, his fuel, the specific combustible of a boy who decided that the verdict wasn't final and the jury didn't know him well enough to sentence. Bad boy. Not because I worship the destruction. Bad boy. Because the construction they offered wasn't built for me. Bad boy. Because the rules were written by the ones already inside, and I was perpetually at the perimeter looking at a system I back and saw a liability before it ever saw a man. Bad boy. But I remember every kindness, every door somebody opened when they didn't have to. Every person who lived past and reputation to the underneath. I carry those like the other kind of scar, the ones that heal you instead of marking you. I learned seduction as a survival mechanism first. Before it was a pleasure, it was camouflage and navigation. The smile that disarmed the room before the room could arm itself. The charm deployed precisely like a diplomatic instrument in territories hostile to my presence. Walk corridors that weren't designed to accommodate my frequency. Set in rooms that tolerated me without extending welcome, and to make them need the thing I brought before they had the opportunity to decide they didn't want my kind inside. The women saw the danger and they came regardless. The men taught me ambition and they either joined or scattered. Nobody ever looked at me and predicted mediocrity. They predicted catastrophe of kingdoms, and I found a way to give them both simultaneously and call it character. Here's what the bad boy never gets to say in any version of the story they let him tell. I was exhausted by the performance of it. The permanent residency in the role they assigned me before I had the vocabulary, the objects of mornings I wanted, the ordinary thing, the unremarkable Tuesday, the life that didn't carry the specific weight of being consistently everything everyone expected, and nothing of what I actually was. But the role that grooves, worn deep by years of occupying it, and I fit it the way water fits whatever holds it. Not because I had no other shape, but because no other shape had ever been offered with enough conviction to make me believe it was available to someone like me. So I wore it well, better than anyone before me. Elevated the iconography, made it something worth the wearing. The bad boy who read everything, who felt more than he disclosed, who loved ferociously in the spaces between the reputation, who built something real beneath the mythology that everyone else was too busy consuming to notice. I get more than the label always was, always will be. But I'll admit, late at night in the honesty that darkness permits, the label fits something real in me too. And the man who pretends otherwise is lying about where he came from, and I never lied about that. Not once, not ever, that much, at least was always mine.